here's the gist of it. Like I said, I don't even know where to begin, but I know I need to get it off my chest, whether people watch this or not. People have been telling me, find religion, find Christ, whoever that is. And I found religion. Granted, this is an old pamphlet, but religion is supposedly never changing. Religion. If I knew what I did with my Bible, I'd show you. I found every single solitary religion on the planet. I've studied them. I've done everything. But they all seem empty to me. A bunch of books written by people long since dead who in all honesty could have been Isaac Height for whatever they were writing, with how fantastical it is, given there's no evidence in any historical records or anything else backing it up. Yeah, there's hundreds of millions of fake videos and fake claims and fake everything saying, oh well, science is finally backing up religion and this department or that department. Well, no. And like I said, I found religion. That's not doing anything for me. I've asked every god every god or deity that religion talks about for guidance, comfort, understanding, whatever it may be. Never get anything. Nothing but more trouble than it's worth. Like, perfect example. Yesterday, I finally get the headlight issue figured out, where the polarity was screwed up. Get that figured out. Running around all day, no problems here in town. The moment I take it onto the freeway, the moment I try and get up to freeway speeds, which around where I live is 65, my truck starts bucking. Starts cutting out and starts acting like it's ready to explode. I get it off the side of the road. I stop for a little bit. Fires right back up. 5 minutes down the road, it starts again. I stop at kind of fellow's house and needed my help with something, and stopped there for 10-15 minutes. And it was idling fine. The moment I got on the freeway again, it started cutting out and I had to limp it home. And at times it wouldn't go any faster than 5 miles an hour. Other times I could get it up to the 25. But there was just no power. And it's leaking out of the fuel bowl in the carburetor because one of the previous owners screwed up the threads on the fuel bowl. And I have no way of repairing it because I don't have a tap that stinking big. Not to mention the fuel tank selector valve also went out. And now the coolant bypass hose that goes from the top of the water pump to the intake is leaking because of everything it was doing last night. And I can't afford any of it. I had someone offer to help me get Madison's hips fixed. The day before I was set to go in to have new x-rays taken, that this person agreed to help pay for. They called and canceled on me. Told me, oh, we're not going to help. No rhyme, no reason. Just said, oh, we're not helping. So I had to cancel that appointment. Still only getting $700 a month because Social Security said the person in charge of my case with Social Security is plainly an idiot. You can't keep track of paperwork to save her life, and so they're taking an overpayment. Then I have my credit card debt, which that's about $2,400. And personal loan debt because of my family and all their crap of making me fix vehicles and yet not wanting to repay me for it. And that's $3,000. I mean, I can't even afford internet. I'm having to use mobile data for everything. And I literally mean everything, from doing these videos to doing research to trying to figure out what the hell's going on with my truck, why it keeps doing this. People always say things will get better the more you look at the positive, and Yesterday I was looking at the positive all day because I finally figured out the headlight issue. Just to turn around and have it start doing this. With it hesitating, with it bucking, with it losing power, with it just dying on me in the middle of the freaking freeway of Highway 6. Or I guess you could call it highway. Either way, doesn't really matter with it dying on me like it is. I'm sick of people telling me to look on the bright side, when some days that's all I do, and yet this is what I get in return for it. I don't get good feelings. I don't get blessings. I get sleepless nights. I get vehicles I can't fix. I can't afford to fix, but I have to have something in order to get doctor's appointments, and I can't even do that because the damn thing's not even reliable enough to do that. So I have to rely on the abuse. That is my family. Because even the people I've been hanging out with who are close to my age, who say that they're my friends, they're not. It's called I'm included when my skill set would come in handy. These quote-unquote friends have done like movie nights, game nights, gone out and blown stuff up with tannerite or just stuff that I'd like to do. But I can't. Because A, I don't have a reliable form of transportation. B, I have Madison and they don't like it. Everyone says that they're fine with it and everything else, but given how much crap I'm not included in, because I have her, I've had to give up my CDL. When people say, why aren't you more happy? Did you ever have a childhood? No. No, I didn't. Because my family never allowed me to. My family never allowed me to make friends or anything else because every time I made any kind of friend growing up, we always moved. And I'm not joking about it. Every single solitary time I made a friend, anywhere, we moved. And then when my mom got married to the last abusive man who tried to kill me 3 times, then I was hoping a teacher would notice and actually speak up for me. No one ever did. So I did what I had to in order to get out. And as a result, I was in and out of the Utah State Hospital from the time I was 14 till the time I was 18. I went to 6 boys' homes, 2 Utah State Hospital, Provo Canyon Mental Health Hospital, University of Utah Mental Health Hospital, two different halfway homes. Between all of it, I was hit by 3 cars. Had my stepdad try and strangle me 3 times. I got addicted to crap I should have never been addicted to, simply because my sister decided to send, just because I was trying to do homework online, and ended up finding not so appropriate pictures of a family member, multiple family members, on the computer, simply because I just happened to stumble across them while trying to look for a document that I had uploaded previously or saved previously, and was then banned from using the computer. I've seen a man unalive animals just because they took one step on his yard. Cops not doing anything about it because he just pay him off with tires or mechanic work. And because he was also he was the youngest son of one of the founding families in the area. Then the moment I turned 18, we moved 2 times in 6 months. And then for the next 3 or 4 years, because at that time my caseworker with Juvenile Justice Services, JJS, said that I would find it nigh on impossible to find a job and find and hold a job. So they've put me on Social Security since that time I was 18. And I hate being on it. But from the time I was 18 till the time I was 22, it was just my income. My SSI paying for everything. Rent, food, utilities, everything. Me. No one ever helped. Between everyone in my family and all the help I've given them, they owe me roughly the down payment for a good house, which is roughly, today's market, roughly 30 to 50,000. I'll never see a penny of it. When I was 23, I fell out of the bed of a truck hit my back on the cement curb, because I fell a good 10 feet, or no, not 10 feet, maybe like 8 feet. Maybe it was 10 feet. I don't know. It was out of the back of a 79 Highboy. It was a heavy half Highboy F-150. But when I fell out of the truck, I also ended up taking a 100-pound steel cage with me. And having that land on top of me. So over the years of getting hit by cars, steel cage, and the cement curb, it hurts to walk because I have arthritis in my knees and varicose veins that burn every second of every day in the back of my left knee, and now it's starting to go into my right leg because of the damage in my back. I have peripheral neuropathy, random bouts of sciatica, and numbness along my hip area. Then I was on the highest dose of lithium. I was taking roughly 2,500 milligrams or so of lithium every day as a mood stabilizer. I asked the doctor if there was anything else because I started getting tremors in my hands, which honestly is probably noticeable due to some of the camera shaking and everything. Today it's okay, but there's some days that I can't do anything. I've lost all fine motor functions. I can't hold a paintbrush anymore like I used to be able to do. I can't do fine detail painting. I can't do my drawings that I used to do. I had bilateral ulnar nerve transposition in 24, I think it was. 2024. Maybe it's 23. I don't know. And I'm now having to deal with arthritis from that. So I can't keep my arms over my head for very long, which means I can't work on my vehicles or work on anything like I used to be able to do. So when people ask me why I'm so depressed or why it seems like I'll never be happy, what do I have to be happy for? Yeah, sure, right now Madison's playing with her hedgehog, but I know here 5 minutes from now I'm gonna have to give her some pain medicine because of it. And I can't take anything because like I was saying, it's like I was on the highest dose of lithium and I asked the doctor if there was anything I could do or take besides lithium because of the risk of lithium poisoning, which I'm still dealing with the effects of. And instead of weaning me off slowly over time, he took me off cold turkey. So it's called, in 1 week, I had my body purged itself of 5 years of 2,500 milligrams of lithium. I'm still dealing with the effects of it. And then while I was coming off the lithium, then I went to check the plug for the dryer at the house we were staying at. And the wiring was so... The wiring was so shoddy that I ended up getting electrocuted by 240 volts of electricity, which screwed up my heart. So now I can't do any kind of exercise without my legs feeling like they're made of jello because my heart's beating too hard. I mean, I can literally hear it in my ears. 9 times out of 10, I can hear it in my ears. Even at night, when I'm trying to sleep. I'm supposed to be taking medicine for it and swelling my hands because of the nerve damage in my hands from them being crushed half a dozen times. Nothing ever works. The only slight hope I have to feeling somewhat normal again is a spinal cord stimulator. And even that's not an actual fix, it's more of a band-aid. Because heaven forbid they go in and actually fix my back. Like I know that they can. All because I'm low income. They want to throw a bandage on it instead of actually fixing it. I try and be positive. People have said I should do stand-up because they think I'm joking. I don't joke. I've never been good with jokes. I've never done that. I don't know. And I know life is tough for everyone right now. But when you look around and you see people getting hundreds of millions of dollars for essentially doing nothing, yet here I am fighting day in and day out to barely keep my head up. And nothing ever seems to go right. And like I said, even when it does, something always happens to screw up the happiness. what can I do? Where's my happy times? Because I've been waiting almost 30 years now. They're not here yet. They're not coming. I've been going to therapy for better part of, I've gone in and out of therapy offices for the better part of my adult life. And like I said, even my childhood. Therapy never helps. Despite me wanting it to, it's never helped. This therapist I'm seeing now, she tried to do this therapy, like, I guess it's called, I don't even know what it's called. It's some fancy name. But essentially you take an emotion and you pair it up with an image and you change the image or whatever. Anyways, that following week after that appointment, I felt like absolute crap. Everything was going wrong. Freaking shop held onto my truck for fuel leaks, and it's still having fuel leaks even though, we took care of them. And I confront him about it. It's like, well, we have to get it in to do a diagnostic even though we're the ones who screwed with the fuel system to begin with. Yeah. And so I felt like absolute crap. Nothing was going right. I wasn't sleeping at all. So last Saturday night, and say it's self-sabotage or whatever, but I shouldn't feel like crap from going to therapy. I should feel better. Should feel a little bit lighter, if you will, according to most therapists, most people I've talked to who have successfully gone through therapy. I shouldn't feel like crap. I shouldn't feel like I'm about ready to rip everyone's head off who looks at me funny. So Saturday night, I told myself to change back, to undo whatever she did to me. I did it, and now I've actually been able to somewhat sleep. But no, I still don't really sleep. I haven't been sleeping well for the last 3 months. Most nights I don't get to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm up at either between 3 to 5. Can't get back to sleep. So yeah, I am depressed. Yeah, I do have my issues. And believe you me, I wish I could leave my crapshoot family and all their bullshit behind. But I can't. Because I live in about 2 hours away from any major city, with any kind of public transport, with any kind of actual resources available. So I didn't have to rely on a vehicle. And public transport wouldn't do me any good anyways, because I can't stand for very long. I can't walk for very far without it feeling like my knees and my feet are being submerged in lava, with how much they're burning and how much they ache all the time from the arthritis. And as you can probably tell from this video, I also have some scoliosis in my neck. No doctor wants to fix that because, oh, it's not bad enough. It's just like no doctor wants to do anything about a freaking calcium growth I have on the top of my head. Even though it causes me headaches. So I keep my hair long to hide it. I wear hats when I can to hide it even more. I'm always trying to do my best. But my best never seems to be good enough for others.